Hi Sebastian.
Hello, Cristiano.
May I ask you just a few questions about my poster and what you think about it?
Sure.
Okay, so looking at my first draft of my poster, what do you like and dislike?
I like the broken glass effect. I think that's original to your movie. Like I haven't seen anyone else do it, except for maybe Final Destination. But like I think the way you did it was much more creative. I like the shot. I think the medium close up really focuses on her face, so it says a lot about the movie, and it makes me intrigued to want that.
So Sebastian, you've said some points about what you like and dislike about my first draft poster. So looking at my final draft, what do you like and dislike? And do you think the improvements I've made is worth it?
I think I would agree with that. I think it's worth it. I think the fact that you made this text a bit bigger kind of makes it stand out more. I think that kind of maybe blended into the background. And it showed off the font that you used as well. I think it looked a bit better. The fact that you added an overlay of her face on top of her, I think that was a good idea as well, because it kind of emphasizes that she's the main antagonist. And it also shows off the kind of setup, the makeup that you did on her face.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, can I ask you one question?
Okay.
You know the edit on the main image, where do you think I edited that on Photoshop?
Yeah.
No, I just did it on Final Cut Pro.
Oh, on Final Cut? How
Yeah.
did you do that?
Oh, it's in my trailer, you know, trying to follow codes and conventions of trailers.
That was cool.
Yeah,
I would have never known.
Oh, so what's it called? So do you think anything can be improved?
I think maybe make the bottom text a bit clearer, so like for the credits.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I mean, it's not the most important thing.
Yeah.
So I'd understand why it would.
Yeah.
Like you'd want to make this the center of attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only criticism I have for it.
Okay. Do you have anything to say on both posters?
No, I think you've improved you've improved it significantly, I think. I mean, it's amazing how small things like this could make the whole image come together. So
Yeah. And what would you rate out of 10?
out of 10, this one, the final.
Yes.
I'd rate it a 9.
Why?
10. Because a 10 because I think it's high enough to look professional, and considering the limited resources that we had,
Yeah.
I think in order to pull this off would be a 9, which is a 10 would be perfection, so reaching near perfection. So.
Thank you so much for your time, Sebastian.
Hey.
So what do you think about my first draft of my horror poster?
I think the first draft is good, but I think it's lacking like any kind of character. Like I'm not aware of who the person is on the front, and it's lacking a bit of meaning as well.
Okay. So is there anything that could be improved?
I think there needs to be someone there. I think there's not enough there. There's not a story there. It just looks like blobs basically. So maybe like someone standing there would be good, or someone you can actually physically see, or a prop or something.
Okay. So now, looking at my poster now, my final draft, what do you like and dislike about it based on what you just said?
I like the fact that now I can actually see someone, and it makes it. I don't even know if it's someone, but it looks like something. It looks scary. Like they look like they have two identities, maybe. So like there's like two faces I can see now. Before I could see like a blur, but now I can see a blur and a face from like deeper within. So like it creates a lot of mystery, and I'm actually intrigued into who this person is.
Okay. So do you think my final poster follows codes and conventions of horror posters?
I think it does. It's got the overall layout, it's got the credits, it's got the rating, it's coming out soon, it's got a website, it's got a tagline, only God can save her, it's got a main image, and like I love the background as well.
Okay. So if you were to rate my final draft out of 10, what would you give it?
I'll give it 9.5. I think it's really good. It's intrigued me, it's created enigmas, and I'm really intrigued and interested into what else you have to offer.
Thank you so much for your time, Alicia. Mark.
Hello.
So what do you think about my first draft of my poster?
After looking at your first draft, it looks quite good. The image of what looks to be a girl is edited quite well in such a way that makes it look like it's got some kind of supernatural element to it. This is obviously backed up by adding God into it. So usually most supernatural films that have include the word God in it or some kind of religious kind of relation, and this is what it's showing right now. I also like the typography on this kind of poster. It looks quite gritty and it doesn't look like very clean and cutting edge like other films were supposed to be looking like. I also like the kind of glass effect to kind of add to that more supernatural look.
Okay, so is there anything you dislike about my first draft? Or anything that could be improved?
Not really. I think it looks, from looking at this first draft, it looks quite complete, to be honest. Maybe one more piece of text can be added, but to be honest, the main focal point of this poster is the image itself. So I think it looks pretty complete for a first draft.
Okay, so looking at my final draft now, tell me like if it was worth me changing it and what you like about it and dislike, and if anything could be improved.
I think it was necessary to put another layer on top of this to add to a more horrific kind of look to it. And also, it looks like you zoomed out a bit to show like the full body of this person, probably to make it look like this is actually a person, or like or to specify this is a girl or something like that. But yeah, I think it looks. I can't really explain why, but I think this looks a lot better than the draft I'm looking right here. So yeah.
Okay, so looking at my final draft, do you think it fits in with codes and conventions of like horror trailers, like how the structure of it, where everything is placed? Yeah, can you just talk to me about that, please?
In terms of, does it suit the codes and conventions of a poster?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Most horror posters I've seen have some sort of tagline on there. In this case, this one is Only God Can Save Her, and it does completely relate to the actual film title because it's actually called Saved as well. Usually most film posters, but particularly horror ones, the image will be focused on the villain, or the antagonist. I'm not too sure what this character is here, but it looks to me like an antagonist. So yeah, it seems to be fitting into the codes and conventions already. Yeah.
Okay, so looking at my final draft, what would you rate it out of 10?
9.
Why?
Because 10 is perfection and yours is close to perfection.
Wow, thank you so much for your time, Mark.